In my continuing quest to redo this room, I've since painted, put up some crown molding, trimmed out my window. But today I'm going to put this TV on that wall behind me. So that's going to include moving an electrical outlet, or actually adding an electrical outlet that's going to sit behind the TV. Put connections so that I'll have my Apple TV, my DVR, all the wires connected. I'll put connections up for those, and connector F for the cable. So we'll add all that behind there, plus of course the mounting bracket for the TV itself. So let's go through that and see how that ends up. What I did first was just taped off where I wanted the TV to be mounted. So that's these outside tape marks. And then I needed to find out where the studs were. So I took my handy dandy stud finder, and where the light comes on is a stud. So then I marked where the studs are. Then I needed to figure out where the bracket would be mounted. And that's these two pieces of tape here. So I will mount my bracket here, keeping in mind where the studs are, so that I can put some lag screws in there to hold this. And also with these two marks where the bracket will be, also I've got to position my outlets in here, or at somewhere, I guess, in this area. But chances are I'll put them in the center in here where the bracket is. So let's start cutting out where the outlets are going to be and start pulling wire. First off, I'll take the plate off, of course. And then, again, the power's off. Well, this will be simple. What it is this is just two wires coming into the outlet. That means there's nothing going out. It's the end of the line for this particular circuit. So what we'll do is pull some wire, attach two more wires to here, and run it up the wall. So let's do that. So the outlet for the TV will go approximately there. But I want to make sure that it'll fit between the bracket. So, and it does. Next up, I want to put the outlet box in. And what this is for old construction, meaning the walls are already in place. And we have these tabs here. Once it's in the wall, we'll screw this tight, which will pull against the drywall that's there, and that's what'll hold it. So no sense in trying to cut where the stud is. Draw the outline of the box. Have my handy dandy drywall saw. Let's give her a shot. And just to catch some of the dust coming from that, I just taped a piece of newspaper there. It caught a lot of the dust. So let's put the box in. Well, I didn't realize that the wall was so shallow right there, the opening. It's probably about 1.5 inches, so this box won't work. It's just, so we'll go plan B, we'll go with the shallow 1.5 inch box. And we'll anchor that down. Alright, now that we got the opening, take this back out. Let's run some wire from down that outlet and let's bring it up into here. Our outlet's going to be 15 amps. The 15 amp outlets are like this. The 20 amp outlets have a little cross, a little like a T on one of the prongs of the outlets. So with that we'll use 14-2 wire. 14-2 is for the 15 amp and it says 14-2G, so it's 14 gauge, 2 wires plus a ground wire. So let's feed it from down below up to this box. I went ahead, just pulled the wire, that 14-2 wire from this outlet to this hole where I'll put the second outlet in. And while I was at it, I just cut 2 more holes, and that's going to be for my HDMI and cable connections. I'm going to build a cabinet down here, so I needed to hide the wire, so I'll feed those through these outlets. And what I did here was just use this low voltage bracket that will connect plate onto it with my HDMLs, my connection Fs, coax, my various different connections. So I'll show you that in a minute though. So this here grabs hold of the drywall, and that's just that simple a connection or a simple bracket to hold the plate on. So we'll put this on. And now what we'll do is strip these wires so that I can put the outlet on. There's our 3 wires. Black, white, and our ground. This particular outlet even says white to the left side, so we will mount the screw to the left, on the left side for white. Black on the other side. Doesn't matter which top or bottom. And then the ground goes on this screw just sitting out here. And that's the outlet we will be using for the TV. Well, I just put the outlet plates back on. Both the one behind the TV and the original wall plates. And they both work. I just checked them out. Got electricity and looks good. So now I'm going to do is put some wires between these two low voltage brackets that I all installed a minute ago. These are for my HDMI and my coaxial cable. Pull my HDMI cables through. This will be the ones going to the TV. This one will be going to the devices. Again, I'm going to build a shelf here next up, but in the meantime, I'm going to use one of these plates to run my cables through. And we'll just attach it to the wall with the screws. Okay. Well, now we're ready to mount the bracket. To our pilot hole. Put a little candle wax on my lag screws here. See how even we have this. Well, let's see how level we got this. Right on. Okay, we're almost done. We just have to mount this bracket on the back of the TV. This will be used to mount it on the bracket that we put on the wall earlier. Like so. So with the bracket on the TV, once it's on, we just put it there. That's what the TV will hang on. And then also this safety screw here. This will screw in tight so that you just can't take it off like this, the TV, once it's there. This will hold it into from the bottom. So let's go ahead and mount it. We need a washer on the outside, and it comes with these spacers. So we'll put the spacer there. Top. One on the bottom here. Our spacer. I'd suggest you use the manual screwdriver so it doesn't tighten it down too tight. And again, don't forget on these safety screws to screw this out all the way, or you'll have trouble at first putting that on the bracket. And now with the TV supported on 2 chairs, I just lift it up into place. Let's see if it'll work. Ta-da! Right between the lines.